All right, hello everybody. I'm here with Will dazzLe Loafman, who has just won the CGC Mad City 10K CS:GO Open as part of the Nerd Street Gamers Eastern Conference Championship. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you.
This is a pretty big tournament. You guys came through with 3 of your traditional squad and then picked up a couple ringers in Neptune and Shot Up. You've got a bit of history with Shot Up, right? You've played some of these lands with him before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
How far do you guys go back?
I played Shot Up in Maine, I think, like 4 seasons ago or 5 seasons ago, and he beat me in like the regular season or something. I thought he was sick. And then I saw him at one of the other Mad City lands, and I was watching him play, and I was like, oh, this guy's nutty for sure. And once I got on my first Premier team, the Throne, with like Hazardous and stuff, we were looking up players, like we were trying to get players, and Shot Up was like still in Maine, and no one was really looking at him, and I was like, dude, we gotta try the Shot Up kid out. Like, he's nuts. And he was like ringing for us eventually, and then we just picked him up as our 5th and started owning. And then I just started going to all the Midwest lands with him, and yeah, he's like kind of like a brother now.
Okay, the other thing with you and Shot Up is a lot of people make the joke that you guys look very similar. So the kind of a brother comment.
Yeah.
Think there's more to that?
Maybe. It could be.
Little genetic interestingness.
Our dads talk.
There's also, I mean, talking about history too, there was a little bit of history with the team you played. You played against Ethereum.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, the last Mad City LAN, Modem and OC had a squad, and they got the better of you that time.
They did.
So you get a measure of revenge this time?
Yeah, it felt good to beat them, for sure.
Yeah, revenge tastes sweet.
But tastes great.
So, again, congratulations in that regard. Speaking a little bit on some other things that you need congratulating on, your roster's just been picked up by United.
Yep.
You've been playing with Rise for a full year now, previous to that?
It was about 9 months total.
9 months total with the Rise org?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that move to United?
I think it's really good. I think Rise kind of just wanted to get out of the scene. That's just the decision they made, and United definitely wanted to get back into the scene, so they're hungry and we're hungry. It's definitely gonna be really good for both of us. So. Yeah.
Okay. And your team is certainly a great pickup to have at this moment. You've just qualified for ECS.
Yep.
So again, congratulations there. What was the feeling on the team after you make that kind of a huge qualification?
It was sick. Like, we signed with United the day before, and we just had to keep it like we signed, I think, that night before we played the first. Well, it was a 3-day thing. So we signed somewhere in between there while we were playing the qualifier, and then like while we were qualifying for it, the announcement still hadn't been made. But like Clerky, the general manager, is like, hyping us up and stuff. So it's like, it was sick that it happened all at the same time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All sort of came together.
Yeah, the culmination was crazy.
And also, I mean, you just qualified for ECS, but you're also top of MDL. Mm-hmm. So you had a great shot at making Pro League last season. Didn't quite all align at the end there, but now you're right back in the mix.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the season that it happens for you guys?
I mean, we wanted to. It's kind of rough. Like, MDL playoffs are rough. If you get a bad seed, it's just one online best of 3. So if you lose, it's unlucky. But I think we definitely should. Torqued is like really sick, so we want to avoid playing them before it's like for relegation or Pro League or whatever, like Premier Finals. But I think we have a really good chance. Like, we should definitely get one of the spots. And I'm not sure what's happening with Pro League because there's only 12 NA teams right now.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're going to keep it at 12 or add 2 more teams or how relegation's going to work. So, yeah.
Move-ups may be a little strange this season.
Yeah, move-ups are definitely going to be weird. But, yeah.
You guys, I mean, the core of your roster has sort of played together for 9 months or so now. You, Ace, Moose, the returning players. There was a little bit of roster change up at the end of last season. Obviously, disappointment always kind of leads to differing opinions and philosophies moving forward. What sort of predicated the last round of changes?
Well, John G and VSA kind of both exited at the same time, like in between the end of relegation and then the start of this season. And they didn't really there was no time. Like, we got back from MDL and everyone was obviously super bummed that we didn't get the spot. And we had problems with our org and the org had problems with us. So it was rough. And John G was kind of like the obvious one we wanted to get rid of. And then VSA was like, there was just difference of opinion on things all over the place that led to us not being able to play with him. So, yeah.
Talk about your new pickups. I read in an interview you gave where you were sort of talking about the roles that they fill. Yeah. You got Relics, who's now doing the calling, right?
Yes.
So he's your in-game leader. And then you brought in Dapper, who, if I remember the interview correctly, you described as he frats.
Yeah.
All exclamation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Picking up Skylar, once we got rid of John G, there was like a period where we still had VSA and we didn't have John G. And it was like Skylar was on the market still. And I don't know why other Premier teams didn't look at picking up. I think Skylar's nuts. He has kind of a weird reputation in Ringcast, but Skylar's insanely good and he has a lot of experience. So we like instantly went for him, and Jared, our coach, also has like a relationship with him, and we know him from Rankcast and stuff. So that was like super key to get him. And then Dapper is nuts as well, and another person with like, he has a weird reputation from what happened to MDL and all this weird stuff, but he's really sick too. So it just kind of worked out perfectly. I think we got 2 really good pickups.
How have they been meshing into the team vibe? It can always be a little strange bringing new personalities into an existing structure. How's that all worked out?
Everyone's really talkative, so I think the first, like when we started, it was rough because Skylar likes to talk a lot, I like to talk a lot, Dapper talks a lot, and like Brandon and Ace and Moose will give their input too. So it was rough at the start, and we still kind of have that problem of too many people talking, but we're definitely all meshing really well now, and I think like the roles are pretty defined, and we're working well together, so yeah, it's definitely good.
Okay. Future looks certainly very bright for you guys.
Sure.
This team has had a lot of success early on. Do you think that this is sort of the iteration of the lineup with the most potential?
I think right now, yeah, it's got the most potential for sure.
Okay. Going back a little bit to this LAN, obviously that best of 5 finale kind of wound up being a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
You guys were down 2-0 at the beginning.
Yeah.
What was the mentality in the comms? Like, how did you draw it deep and just say, okay, we can still win this out?
We started on Overpass, and Ethereum like plays that map in MDL and stuff. So, and we got like we played a decent main team and lost. We got owned on Overpass really bad early in the tournament. So we were kind of writing it off. We were like, whatever, just run around. We hadn't played yet today, so we were like, whatever, like run around, warm up and stuff. And then the second map, I played really bad, and yeah, we kind of just, I don't know, we were pretty emo after losing the second one, but we still just kept playing carefree and stuff, and then got the third map dub. And I think once we got that one, everyone was like super juiced and hyped. So the next 2 maps were really easy.
Inferno looked very solid from your side,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you in particular had big performances on Mirage. I think you were a
Yeah.
pretty key factor to dragging it through. What do you think it is about you as a player that allows you to sort of remain calm and make those kind of clutch moves to drag your team back?
I don't know. I used to be more like screaming online and stuff, and getting really hyped and really sad when we lose. But like I'd always, whenever I'm playing a LAN with a team, like a pug or something like that, I always try to say like, just stay calm. Even when you win a crazy round, it's like, keep your cool, like just stay calm, because like having emotional swings like that is so bad in CS. Even if it's going really well for you, you don't want to get too hyped. So I think that just like helps everyone, including myself.
Do you think that's something that comes in with experience? Is that something that's sort of settled in your mentality, or is it just a conscious decision that you've made?
I mean, everyone's different. I think there's people that are just like stoic by their personality, and there's people that aren't. But like, it's definitely comes with experience where, you know, you win 6 rounds in a row and you're screaming after every single round win, and then you lose 4 in a row and it's like, oh my God, the whole team vibe is just like, we went from this super high to now it's so sad. So I think once you lose from that, then you kind of gain the experience, and like we shouldn't approach it that way.
So building on all the recent success you've had, is winning this kind of LAN, you know, a local LAN in your neighborhood, at a LAN you've been attending for a long time. It's kind of like a feel-good moment, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Boost the confidence. It wasn't your full team, but it was the core of your team. Does it start to continue to build that confidence in your roster?
I think so. The thing is, like, I wasn't really worrying too much about the results because, I mean, our core, I don't know if you would want to, it's kind of not really our core because we're missing like 2 huge roles, like our IGL and then our lurker is not here. So it's like, and I was calling the whole LAN. So I don't know. I wasn't really worried in terms of like our actual roster of whether we won or not. Even if we got 3-0 by Ethereum, I wouldn't have been worried or anything, because I know if our whole roster had played them, like it would have been pretty easy. So yeah.
Okay. So very different experience playing with this
Yeah,
team.
definitely different experience. And winning with Shot Up is like, that's the shit. That's my favorite part.
That's like the old, you know, war story, kind of War Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Carrying it home.
Yep.
Going across the finish line. Congratulations again on winning the LAN. You will be getting free entry and travel expenses to the DC Championship,
Sick.
which will be taking place sometime later this year.
Yeah.
That one's going to be for at least a 30K prize pot. Don't know if that's going to change, but
Yeah, we'll be there.
yeah. So thanks again. This is Will dazzLe Loafman, who's been joining me. I am Darf Mike Winnick, and once again, thank you for tuning in and listening to another Darf Talks.